I have been using the STAAD Pro for almost 20 years now, and speaking of one-stop shop design solution, only the STAAD Pro and the Bentley Structural Workspace has it. You can model, analyze, and design both concrete and steel structure in STAAD Pro. And with its RAM connection integration, you can easily design most of any types of steel connections, including pre-qualified seismic connections. And for concrete detail design, RCDC is there as the complete solution for concrete design up to producing bar bending schedules and estimates. And then if you want to design any types of foundations like isolated footing, confined footing, tiles, pile cap, mat foundation, and foundation related to industrial structures, even accounting for vibration, STAAD Foundation is the solution which has the direct integration with the STAAD Pro. So definitely Bentley Structural Solutions is the only one in the market, provides the most complete streamlined solution for any type of structures.
So in our industry in marine structural design, STAAD has always been a reliable partner in doing our structural engineering calculations. We have been involved in LNG, jetty, as well as pier projects, and STAAD has always been the choice of structural engineering software that we use in our projects.
Okay, first of all, I'm Engineer Frederick L. Cruz of FL Cruz Engineering Consultancy. I choose STAAD. Imagine STAAD, 10 years, more than 10 years ko nang kasamang STAAD. So from research engineers hanggang napunta sa Bentley, gamit ko na siya. So I use it to analyze and design towers, retaining walls, foundations, and napaka-flexible ng STAAD. Kayang i-model, kayang i-analyze lahat, structures. And for the MS Tower naman, so pinili ko yung MS Tower kasi mas pinadali niya yung trabaho namin. Imagine from manual calculations of wind load, si MS Tower na ang bahala. So, malaking tulong. The more towers, the more merrier sa akin. Thank you.
So, ever since I started my career in structural engineering, I'm already using STAAD Pro. So when I started structural worksheet, I really like that feature because of the integration of other software components of it. For example, there is Advanced STAAD Foundation, RCDC, and of course the other engine actually. So as a designer of power plants and other vertical structures, it made our design more efficient in terms, of course, of reduce of the time, and it made us faster in coming out of our design output.
I'm Engineer Joseph Patrick Rosal, a member of ASEP, and I'm using Fluxys for my geotechnical analysis and design works. And this software is very useful and very powerful in doing my geotechnical design.
STAAD Pro is the go-to structural analysis and design software for engineers worldwide. With OpenSTAAD, you can take things a step further, automate tasks, and extract valuable data with custom scripts. Let's see how to extract member end forces from STAAD Pro using the OpenSTAAD API. First, we'll select beam end forces from the structure in STAAD Pro. From the Results and Report section, open Beam End Forces. Select the preferred member end forces for the selected beam. In this example, we have the numerical values, the beam end forces for beam 1040. Now, open Visual Studio Code or any editor that can support Python scripts. Install the OpenSTAT API via internal console terminal. Let's run this code in OpenSTAT to extract the maximum moment about the z-axis for beam 1040. This shows how OpenSTAT allows users to retrieve specific analysis results, such as member end forces, eliminating the need for manual data extraction. OpenSTAT is most useful when engineers need to automate repetitive tasks, extract custom data, or enhance their analysis workflow in Stat.Pro. Follow for more.
STAD Pro and IDEA Statica integration. STAD and IDEA Statica can be integrated smoothly to
Alright, so magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Ako po ba ay dinig before tayong mag-umpisa? Any response from you po for all of our 250? Any response from you po? Kung clear po ba ako sa inyo? Okay, so yun. So nakakakita na ako ng mga response. Okay, mga thumbs up. Okay, so that is a good reaction. Okay, so before I officially start, meron po tayong attendance form. Okay, so kindly Google form po na nandito sa meeting chat natin. Okay, and I think inire-resend po ito from time to time para po doon sa mga kakadating pa lang, no? Okay, so sige, let's start, no, yung atin pong very short webinar regarding anchoring design. Okay, so with that, allow me to formally start this training. Okay, so I would like to welcome everyone for this short webinar regarding anchoring design using IDEA Statica Steel and IDEA Statica Detail with STAD Pro integration. And on behalf of our team here at X-Structures and our director, Engineer JP De La Rosa, together with our colleagues in IDEA Statica abroad. So I am your presenter for this webinar. I am Engineer Jared David Macareg po, and I am a Senior Applications Engineer at X-Structures Engineering Consultants for the Structural and Civil Discipline. So welcome po sa ating webinar. Okay? So now let's dig in further, no, sa ating pong main topic dito sa ating webinar. So normally tayo kapag nagde-design tayo ng mga base plate, so of course we design the connection, we design of course the base plate, no, yung atin pong anchoring. Pero do we consider po ba, no, yung atin pong reinforcement doon sa ating pong foundation block kung saan siya kakabit? Okay? So maaring ginagawa natin siya separately, no, sa ating pong model, or gumagawa tayo ng another set of model, okay, para tayo ay makagawa ng ating pong concrete foundation block. Okay? So now, bago natin i-discuss, no, yung kung paano ba natin siya gagawin sa IDEA Statica, so allow me to formally present, no, the webinar outline. So bali dito po, una nating i-discuss yung effect ng reinforcement natin, okay, sa ating pong anchor design. And in this short webinar, I will showcase you, no, yung complete workflow kung paano po natin gagamitin si IDEA Statica with integration ng STAD Pro sa pag-create po, no, ng ating pong anchor reinforcement. And then, what is the concept behind IDEA Statica Detail application? Okay, so mostly, no, sa mga naging client na namin sa IDEA Statica, so basically, nakita nyo na po yung function ni IDEA Statica Steel Connection, but how can we integrate it, no, to create our anchor reinforcement using the 3D detail application of IDEA Statica? So I will showcase it din po sa inyo. And yung actual demonstration no, ng paggawa ng connection and yung ating pong concrete block reinforcement. And lastly, I will give you some tips and tricks on how to properly model po in Idea Statica, especially sa lahat po ng mga first-timer po na gagamit ng Idea Statica. Okay? So now, allow me to ask you, bakit ba natin kailangan ilagay yung reinforcement sa ating pong anchor design? Okay? Of course, aside from the own strength of our concrete, kailangan maisama rin natin no yung actual na reinforcement kasi in reality 'di ba when we are constructing or we are designing say a concrete pedestal no so meron naman talaga siyang reinforcement sa loob pero sometimes hindi siya take into the account or take into account sa ating pong design. So yun yung atin pong titignan no pagdating sa ating short discussion. Okay? So bago yan, okay, i-discuss muna natin yung iba't ibang mga mode of failures na pwede nating ma-encounter kapag tayo ay nagde-design ng anchors. Okay, so una na dyan is yung anchorage failure natin due to tensile force. So halimbawa po, meron tayo ditong steel failure. So in this case, makikita natin no, that our anchor bolt, okay, due to our tensile force ay napupunit, no? Okay? Along the direction of our tensile force. Meron din tayong tinatawag na concrete breakout. This is for our concrete itself. Okay, so nabubuo yung tinatawag natin na concrete cone dito. Okay, to the point na kapag siya ay nabunot, okay, or nahatak yung ating reinforcement ay, or yung ating anchor bolt, ay nasisira yung ating pong concrete in a form of a concrete cone. Meron din tayong tinatawag na pull-out failure na in this case, nawawala or nadi-dislocate no, yung ating pong original placement ng ating pong anchor bolt. Okay? And then meron din tayong tinatawag na concrete blowout failure, okay? Or yung tinatawag natin na side face blowout failure, okay? Which is common po ito kapag yung anchors natin is in the form of a washer anchor or anchor with washer plate sa ilalim. It could either be circular or yung mga rectangular washers po natin. Okay? So kung meron tayo due to tension, meron din tayo due to shear. So kagaya nito, meron din tayong steel failure na tinatawag, no? Wherein nasisira no yung atin pong anchor as shown. Okay, so napupuruhan siya dito due to our shear force. And then meron din tayong concrete breakout failure. At meron din tayong tinatawag na concrete pry-out failure. So yung mga failure na nabanggit ko, okay, commonly, nakikita naman natin yung result niyan padating po kay Idea Statica connection. Okay? So ngayon, kung gagawin natin or if i-fix natin no, yung mga common problem na to, okay? So, paano ba natin siya commonly ginagawa? No? So, sa atin as a designer, probably para ma-adjust or ma-deal with natin yung mga failure na nabanggit ko kanina. Okay, so commonly, i-adjust, no, maaari yung anchor embedment length natin. So, pwede nating habaan or pwede nating i-adjust yung haba ng anchors natin. Or probably, yung iba sa atin ay adjust ng ating pong diameter ng ating pong anchors or pwede rin, no? Especially kapag meron tayong mga concrete breakout, so maaaring ina-adjust natin yung edge distance ng ating pong anchor, okay? Magmula doon sa side ng ating pong block or concrete block. And pwede rin tayo mag-adjust ng spacing, no? Kaya lang, this is somehow maaring hindi gumana no or hindi siya maaring solusyon padating sa mga failure natin when it comes to anchors. So normally, dahil ang atin pong anchors ay technically nakabaon talaga yan sa atin pong concrete concrete reinforcement, okay, or block na meron pong reinforcement. So we have to account na sa loob ng ating pong mga concrete foundation block ay kailangan natin maglagay ng mga supplementary reinforcement. Kasi nga, in actual, meron naman talagang reinforcement sa loob ng ating pong foundation block. Pero the question there, talaga bang na-account mo siya sa design mo? Okay? Or maaaring kino-consider lang natin yung foundation lang or yung mismong concrete lang without the reinforcement inside your foundation block or your concrete block. Okay? So yun yung titignan natin or obserbahan natin pagdating po kay idea statica. Okay? So ngayon, mentioning of concrete block reinforcement in idea statica, no? So siya yung isa sa magagandang software as part of our solution para makita natin no yung behavior ng atin pong concrete block once na tinransfer na natin lahat ng necessary forces and stresses pagdating dito sa ating pong foundation block. Okay? So basically, pagdating sa atin pong idea statica detail, okay, application, normally, yung mga failing anchors natin, so halimbawa, nag-fail siya due to your concrete breakout, okay, so pwede siyang ma-resolve using the existing reinforcement natin sa loob ng foundation block. Okay? And commonly, nangyayari din yung failure natin pagdating sa atin pong anchors kapag kapag meron tayong mga group of anchors na malalapit yung spacing nila sa isa't isa. Okay? So normally doon natin siya ina-adjust. Okay? Or normally, kailangan nating alamin yung tulong ng reinforcement sa loob ng foundation block natin. Okay, what else? Bakit ba natin kailangan gamitin si idea statica detail, no? Okay, so of course, efficient yung software. No? So when we say efficient, hindi mo na kailangan magpalipat-lipat ng ibang software. No? So kumbaga, sa loob mismo ng Statica, pwede nating magamit or pwede mo ma-export yung result nung atin pong halimbawa base plate connection to perform the design of your concrete block, okay, with reinforcement and see the behavior or see the results of the stresses, no, sa loob ng ating pong foundation block or ng concrete block natin. At the same time, like I said, nako-consider natin no, yung reinforcement sa loob niya. Okay, for the overall capacity ng ating pong concrete block. Okay, and it is also code compliant pagdating po sa ating pong result based sa sinet natin na code kay idea statica. So it could be US code, Euro code, or other code aside from of course, syempre NSCP code wala, pero natin siyang i-pattern or i-set according po sa American code or sa AISC code. Then pagdating natin sa foundation block, gagamitin natin si ACI code. Okay? So ngayon, paano ba yung magsisilbing workflow natin, no? Okay? So una, okay, mag-uumpisa muna tayo sa idea statica connection. So well, actually, prior to idea statica connection, pwedeng manggaling muna yung actual na model mo. For example, yung building mo, maaring manggaling siya sa mga third-party application outside of idea statica, kagaya ni STAAD Pro or iba pang software na supported by IS. Okay, and then once meron na tayong mga joins and members na nailipat kay IS, doon natin i-design yung kanyang base plate. Halimbawa, okay, then after natin ma-design yung base plate niya, okay, doon natin ita-transfer or i-export yung resulta ng connection natin sa IS connection papunta po dito sa idea statica detail as shown. So, ang baga, mapapansin niyo po dito na nagkaroon na siya ng reinforcement, and this can be analyzed po sa loob ng ating pong theory. Okay? So ngayon, since na-mention ko dito yung tinatawag natin na concrete block, paano ba natin siya minomodel sa idea statica detail? Okay? Or sabihin na natin na ano ba yung mga common assumptions or yung mga common concept pagdating po sa idea statica connection versus yung ating pong idea statica detail. Okay? So ngayon po, comparing these two, kasi sa mga users po dito or current existing users dito ng idea statica, I know no, kapag nagde-design tayo ng base plate, we have that concrete block in idea statica. Pero ano ba yung nagiging assumption or ano ba talaga yung nangyayari sa loob ng connection at saka sa loob ng idea statica detail po natin. So ngayon, padating sa idea statica connection, yung atin pong concrete block is merely just a plain concrete. So, sabihin, wala talaga siyang reinforcement sa loob. So, meaning to say, siya talaga yung nagdala lahat ng mga forces mo, no? Steel or shear na nararanasan ng foundation mo or nung concrete block mo, dinadala lang nung concrete alone. Okay? Pero, padating po sa idea statica detail, dito po, pag nagawa mo yung connection mo sa IS connection or ideal static connection, okay, ita-transfer natin yung mga necessary forces and doon natin gagawin yung ating pong reinforced concrete block. Okay, so dito, hindi lang natin na-account yung ating pong concrete but also yung effect ng ating pong reinforcement. Okay, what else? Pagdating sa ideal static connection, yung anchors natin at saka yung concrete ay chine-check po siya ng software. So later, papakita ko yun sa inyo kung ano ba yung mga outputs na binibigay niya, that it is actually code compliant or based sa equation na binibigay ng code sa atin. Okay, so dun chine-check ng software yun. Halimbawa, if you are checking the ankle tensile resistance, yung mga concrete pry out, concrete cone breakout, so nakikita natin yan lahat sa ideostatic connection. Pero, pagdating natin sa ideostatic detail, okay, gumagamit tayo dito ng tinatawag natin na finite element method or yung tinatawag natin na 3D compatible stress field method or yung tinatawag natin na CSFM. So sa ideostatica, ang ginagamit po natin is sino po ang nakakatanda? May idea? Ano po yung calculation algorithm na ginagamit ni ideostatica? So you may comment down here sa atin pong meeting chat, no? Pero padating natin sa ideostatica detail, ang ginagamit po natin is compatible stress field method po. Okay? So now, what else? Padating natin sa ideostatica connection, yung concrete block natin is actually wala talagang ano dun parang merely yung concrete mo dun is just a representative model. Okay, yung ginagamit natin na Winkler model, which is ang purpose lang talaga niya is for us to transfer the compression forces, no? From our kumbaga yung concrete block mo, it is actually modeled with compression springs lang po. No? Tapos yung atin pong mga anchor is modeled with tension spring. Okay, and then yung atin pong steel po ay dinedefine natin siya as a shell elements. Okay? So ayun, so may na-receive akong answer dito no, from Sir Homer that ideostatica uses component-based finite element method. Okay, so correct po yun. And same with engineer Catherine. Okay, so thank you po sa mga sagot ninyo. Okay, and then in ideostatica connection, yung mga contact stresses po natin between the base plate and concrete ay kina-calculate po or ina-automate ng software using these two equations po, no? Okay, o ito yung common na alam natin even in university days, no? That the stresses, okay, between the base plate and concrete is being calculated with this equation. Okay? Depende kung siya ay mas malaki or just equal no sa size ng base plate. Okay, pag equal sa base plate, ito yung ginagamit. Pero kapag mas malaki sa size ng base plate, ito yung ginagamit natin. Pero basically, yung main equation niya, itong equation J8-2. Okay, so ngayon, padating natin sa ideostatic detail, the 3D concrete block is being modeled by a solid element and gumagamit nga tayo ng CSFM or compatible stress field method. Okay? And then, common assumption dito is the material ay considered po siya no, with a triaxial stresses and equivalent principal stresses equivalent to sigma C3 minus the sigma C1. So later, i-explain ko kung paano siya nangyayari kay ideostatica. Okay? So now, paano ba na-export yung mga loads natin pagdating from IS connection papunta kay ideostatica detail? Okay? So again, in ideostatica connection, okay, yung load effects natin that act doon sa shell elements ay equivalent po siya sa internal forces na nare-receive during or after the analysis natin sa ating pong ideostatica software. So ngayon, doon sa mga plates, okay, and forces in anchors, pati yung contact stresses natin under nung base plate at yun yung ina-export natin papunta kay ideostatica detail. Okay, so ngayon, padating sa ideostatica detail, this is a little bit different kasi yung method natin is in 3D na. Okay, or gumagamit na tayo ng CSFM wherein yung stresses natin, halimbawa sa welds, are na-export po siya like a group of forces. Yung parang nakikita nyo po dito na mga numbers. Okay? So actually, yan po yung mga group of forces galing po sa atin pong welds. Okay? So ngayon, sinusunod niya yung shape or parang mini-mirror niya yung shape ng ating pong column na nandito po sa ideostatica connection. Okay? Ngayon, padating naman po sa forces ng anchors, okay? Yung forces ng anchors natin ay na-export po siya as a pair of force. Okay? Bakit siya pair of force? Dahil yung unang pair natin, yung isa po ay nag-a-act in tension, and then yung isa naman po ay nag-a-act in compression para ma-maintain po natin yung equilibrium sa system dito kay idea statica detail. No? Idea statica detail. Okay? So now, since we mentioned concrete block, ano ba ang nagiging approach no nung software padating po sa kanya? Is it a cracked concrete or an uncracked concrete? Okay? So padating po kay idea statica connection, okay? Yung atin pong concrete is by default, okay, sa settings niya, initial settings niya, nakaset talaga siya as cracked concrete by default, pero pwede natin siyang i-modify sa project item settings natin or project settings, okay, to see or to act or for your concrete to act whether it is a cracked concrete or not. Okay, pero pagdating natin sa idea statica detail, okay, yung concrete natin, since siya ay neglected in tension, okay, ngayon, nakadepende ngayon sa atin pong load whether yung concrete natin ay magka-crack or hindi. Okay? So, kumbaga, dependent siya no, sa ultimate limit state loads natin kung siya ba ay magka-crack or hindi dito sa idea statica dito. Okay? So, mentioning of 3D CSFM, okay? Ano ba talaga ang 3D CSFM or saan ba talaga siya na-derive? Okay? So 3D compatible stress field method. So actually, itong compatible stress field method is actually based po sa modified Moore column plasticity theory for monotonic loading. So dito kino-consider natin yung mga stresses no in compression and yung atin pong reinforcement stresses sa atin pong buong foundation block no. So to further have a brief explanation about CSFM, okay, so I have here a representative images no which is somehow familiar po sa atin. So technically yung atin pong CSFM is can be demonstrated by a 2D plane stress element halimbawa sa isang reinforced concrete element. So the image na nakikita nyo po dito sa gawing kaliwa ay nagpapakita po ng mga horizontal stresses and even vertical stresses which are yung sigma x and yung ating pong sigma z respectively and yung ating pong mga shear stresses no represented by tau xz. So this is common in our university days no or yung tayo po ay nag-aaral sa university no. So alam na natin 'yan. So ngayon, padating naman po sa mga stresses. So normally yung mga stresses na ito ay often derive using yung finite element analysis natin in which yun yung ginagamit para makalculate yung mga principal stresses defined by their orientation as represented by theta. So ngayon, yung mga principal stresses na to, okay, itong sigma 1 at saka po itong sigma 2. Okay, sigma 1, yan yung ating tensile stresses. And then yung ating pong sigma 2, yan yung ating pong principal compressive stresses na tinatawag. Okay, so ngayon, using CSFM, okay, yung strain natin sa parehong element na ito, okay, is being shown dito sa ating pong image na nandito po sa kanan. Okay, so ngayon, yung concrete natin, okay, ay nako-compress po siya, okay, which is caused by the sigma C2, okay, and nag-generate po siya ng stress field. So nag-generate siya ng stress field, okay, because of this compressive stress C2. So ngayon, dahil ang concrete natin ay hindi naman talaga siya nagke-carry ng tension or sabihin na natin very minimal no or very sabihin natin na pwede nating i-neglect no or pwede nating hindi isali yung effect talaga ng concrete when it comes to tension. So ngayon, yung transverse na mga tensile stresses natin, okay, na represented by the sigma 1, okay, is not transferred doon sa atin pong concrete. So kaya nangyayari, nagkakaroon ngayon ng mga cracks dito sa atin pong foundation element or sa ating concrete element. Okay, so ngayon, para ma-prevent natin yung ganitong failure, okay, normally, the tensile stresses, okay, is equivalent po siya or sabihin natin na kine-carry siya, no, ng atin pong reinforcement which is as indicated by the blue lines. Okay? So ngayon, as a result din ng crack na meron tayo dito, yung atin pong value ng sigma C1R, okay, ay nagiging 0 po talaga siya. So ngayon, para ma-prevent yun, so we need to incorporate yung atin pong what do you call this, reinforcement, no, sa ating foundation block. So which is, yun yung nakikita natin sa loob ng IS detail na sabay natin siyang na-analyze or nakikita natin yung kabuuang resulta ng buong concrete block natin. Okay? So ngayon, ano ba yung mga basic assumptions natin pagdating po sa 3D CSFM? Okay, so normally, this is in accordance with finite element and nonlinear analysis. And then yung concrete natin, normally, it is treated as a 2D element and then yung reinforcement natin as 1D. Then the loads are increment and as a result, it will produce a continuous compressive field in concrete and tensile or compression stresses sa ating pong reinforcement. Okay, and we also consider, no, yung ating pong triaxial stresses when we are performing CSFM. Okay, so now balikan natin yung ating Moore column theory of plasticity, no? So normally, itong Moore column theory natin is suitable po ito sa mga brittle material kagaya ng concrete. So ngayon, based from this diagram, our assumption is that the concrete is neglected in tension. So that's why we have a tension cut-off banda rito. And yung ating pong angle of internal friction is equivalent po siya to 0 or conservatively equal to 0. So ngayon, the confinement effect when the concrete is exposed to the compressive stresses in 3 direction, kagaya na nakikita nyo dito sa kaliwa, ay ang nangyayari is the load-bearing capacity of yung load-bearing capacity ng concrete natin is tumataas din po siya. Okay? Moreover, okay, pagdating natin sa Moore column theory of plasticity diagram natin, okay? So makikita natin, no, that the Moore column model natin, pwede natin siyang makita talaga or magamit in 3D CSFM. So we see here that the tension cutoff, okay, represented by here on the left, okay, and the blue line na nakikita nyo dito, siya yung nade-demonstrate ng linear column plasticity envelope po natin. So as a result, okay, nung atin pong conservative value nung ating angle of internal friction, so anong nangyayari, the maximum possible difference ng ating pong sigma C3 sa ating pong sigma C1 ay nagiging constant po siya for any value ng ating pong sigma C3. And the value nung sigma C po natin can be directly compared sa uniaxial compressive capacity ng concrete, which is defined by the code standard and it is independent sa value ng maximum value natin ng sigma C3. Okay? So to cut the long story short, no, so our concrete, no, palating dito sa CSFM again, no, hindi natin siya tinitreat na magkakarga siya ng tension. Okay, and then for conservative reason, the main assumption here is the angle of internal friction is equivalent to 0. Okay? And yun nga, the equivalent stresses, like I said kanina, is equivalent to this equation, which should not be greater than the compressive capacity or compressive strength of your concrete. Okay, so ngayon, itong CSFM natin is actually verified, no, from different laboratory experiment versus yung ating abacus at saka po yung 3D CSFM incorporated in IDEA Statica. Okay, so as we can see here, dito sa ating pong verification ng ating pong method for anchoring, we can see, no, that our blue here is actually defined for the actual result ng ating pong experiment, then yung green yung sa abacus. Tapos yung atin pong orange at saka yung kulay yellow is galing po siya sa 3D CSFM. And we can see that the result of 3D CSFM is highly conservative po, no? Or talagang captured natin yung behavior ng ating pong concrete element na may reinforcement. Okay? So now, let's move on to the actual demonstration ng ating pong connection design, okay, using Idea Statica. Pero yung actual model ko po is manggagaling po siya sa or yung main model ko or yung backbone file ko manggagaling po siya sa StatPro, and then tsaka ko gagamitin sa Idea Statica steel connection para magawa yung base plate, and then ita-transfer ko siya papunta kay Idea Statica detail. So this time, I will be using IS and StatPro to design my base plate. Okay, so ngayon po kapag may question po pala kayo, don't hesitate to raise your concerns dito sa ating pong meeting chat, and we have here our technical engineers also join in our training or here in our webinar na sasagot po ng mga common ng mga tanong po ninyo. Okay? So here naran ko na po yung ating pong model, and then what I'm going to do here is to click yung utilities tab, and then i-click ko lang po sa user tools yung tinatawag natin na Idea Statica checkbot. So pagka-click ko po ng Idea Statica checkbot, what's going to happen here is mag-open siya like this. Okay, and then isa-set ko lang po yung corresponding code niya to AISC360-10 LRFD, and then yung concrete code edition ko, I'll make it, ito na lang, 318-19 for demonstration purposes. And then I'll click create project. Okay, so I'll click create project lang po, and then as you can see here, need to export down, no, or mag-select ng nodes and members kay STAAD. Okay, so that's why pagdating po dito, siguro pipili na lang ako ng nodes and member. So yun kasi yung requirement ni IS na dapat parehong node and member yung i-select mo sa kanya. So I use geometry cursor for me to select this joint. And then, pag napili ko na yung joint at saka yung nakakonect na members, saka ako babalik ulit kay Idea Statica checkbot, and then I'll click connections. Then from here, saka ko ngayon imo-model yung ating pong base plate connection here. Pero bago ko yun gawin, I'll check the loads imported dito kay Idea Statica, dahil hindi po lahat ng mga loads dito ay gagamitin natin for our connection. So that's why tatanggalin ko lang po yung mga hindi LRFD load combination. Okay, delete ko lang sila. Okay, until na maiwan lang dito yung 101 to 147. And then I'll click save. And then I'll click open here dito po sa upper right para magawa ko na yung design ng aking pong base plate. Etong member natin or yung gagawan natin ng base plate ay merong horizontal or sabihin natin na vertical column na nakakonect and an inclined bracing as shown. So padating po kay IS connection, ganito po yung graphical user interface niya. Okay? Yung graphical user interface niya, and then pwede ko na siyang gawan ng ating pong connection. Okay? Pero bago yan, I'll set muna yung member 127. Since ito po ay bracing, kasi sa STAAD model ko, nakaset kasi siya as truss or meron siyang truss specification. So I need to modify yung kanya pong degrees of freedom to forces and, or I mean axial and shear forces only. Okay? Then I will select the base plate operation here. Then siya ako gagawin yung aking actual base plate. So much better kung titingnan ko siya sa top view. And then I will perform the modification of some parameters here. So for my material, I set this to A36, then thickness of 15, and then dimensions to profile symmetrical, and then I'll adjust the offset of my plates, say halimbawa 150, or offset of my concrete to the plate, so say 150, and then I will adjust po yung bolt assembly ko, so perhaps kataasan ko na lang siya to 7/8 A325. So I think yung 7/8 around 22 if I'm not mistaken. So you may convert it kasi inches naman ito, di ba? Yung 7/8. or A325M. So yung equivalent niya, yun nga, 22 mm. So ito na lang ako sa A325, then I'll use 7/8 A325, then I'll click OK. Then papalitan ko lang yung kanyang anchoring length. Okay, so yung haba ng anchor ko dito is by default naka 159. So I'll make it say 300. Okay, and then I will be using a straight anchor here. Okay? Then after that, tsaka ko i-reposition yung placement ng akin pong mga anchors towards the web. Okay? So papalitan ko yung aking top layer, say mga around -200, and then ibababa ko siya towards the web ng mga dalawang pulgada or 2 inches. Okay, and the good thing in Idea Statica, pagdating po sa atin pong welds, as you can see, makita natin yung mga yellow welds na nandito na na ginamit for the connection of your base plate and the columns. So by default, naka 5.7 siya. Pero kapag ginawa ko siyang 0, okay, automatic po or si IS po yung magbibigay ng size ng akin pong weld. Okay? Then aside from that, pagdating sa foundation block, I will modify my concrete grade. Siguro as is na ako sa 4,000 PSI. Then yung offset ko dito, I'll make it, siguro try ko na lang munang i-measure to. Okay? So measure ko siya like, this is 553. Okay? So kung 553 ito, so ang kailangan kong offset will be, ang assumption ko kasi dito yung size nung footing ko will be 2 meters by 2 meters. So bali 2,000 minus 553. Okay, then divide ko to sa 2. Okay, kasi yung offset value ko dito is oriented kabila ang side. So bali dito yung aking unang value is 723.5. So yun yung ilalagay ko dito. 723.5. Tapos yung isang value ko is from here papunta rito. Ay, bakit? Sige, i-remeasure ko na lang ulit. So from this point, ayun, so 978. So bali 2,000 minus 978 divide by 2. So this is 511. So ngayon, ang gagawin ko dito sa other offset ko, maglalagay ako ng 511. So ngayon, pag tinignan ko siya sa top view, okay, yung buong aking foundation block, okay, yung kabuang length na ngayon nito, okay, or dimension ng akin pong foundation block is 2 meters by 2 meters na po siya. Okay? Then yung depth naman niya, okay, so mentioning of the depth, so ito po ay hahabaan ko din. So say mga around 2,250. Okay, para kapag tinabas ko siya later sa detail is masasama kong ma-model yung aking footing at saka po yung pinaka-concrete column ko. Okay, so that is for the connection of my base plate. So ngayon, gagawin ko rin siya dito or gagawan ko naman ng connection yung akin pong bracing. So for my bracing, I will use another set of operation which is yung tinatawag na connecting plate. And then I will modify yung aking mga parameters here. So halimbawa, yung member na to should be 127. And then tingnan ko siya sa transparent view para mas makita ko yung mga sizes. And then that is related to member 121 at saka po sa akin pong base plate na P1. So makikita ko dito yung pinaka-gusset plate ko na to. Kaya lang, it's not enough and nakakaroon pa tayo ng mga clashing. So I need to further adjust my parameters here. So say the thickness, say mga 20. Then yung width ng atin pong base plate or gusset plate, say 450. At saka yung depth niya is 450 din. So as you can see, lumapad na yung ating gusset plate. And we have still a lot of clashing. So again, modify ko naman yung kanyang position, say around 600. Material of A36, then thickness say 15, tapos alignment I'll make it rear para nasa harap. Okay? Tapos adjust ko yung kanyang pinaka-plate length to 350 and then plate width to 250 and then yung overlap, okay? Para mag-lap, palitan ko type of niya dito, connection niya to notch member. Kasi kapag naka-cup plate, so meron kang another squarish plate na nakikita dito. Okay, before siyang connect doon sa tongue ng ating connection. So I'll make it a notch member. Tapos saka ko hahabaan yung kanyang overlap na around 200 siguro. Okay? And then, after that, pwede ko ring i-modify no, yung aking pinaka gusset plate dito, no, yung pinaka-shape ng aking pong gusset. So I'll click the editor here sa upper right. Tapos i-modify ko siya by adding a bevel. Okay? Bevel siguro sa corner 3. Maglalagay ako sa corner 3 ng mga around 5 inches at saka mga 7 inches sa B. Ayan. Tapos, another one, para naman dito sa itaas, so another bevel operation ulit. Then, I'll make the corner on corner 2. Tapos, yung aking value sa A, ganun pa rin. Or siguro kahit mga 3 inches na lang. Okay, on both A and B. So ngayon, yung value ko nung 75 or yung mga cuts na ginawa ko dito sa aking existing gusset plate, pwede ko siyang makita dito sa aking drawing tab. So nandito yung size na 75 at saka yung 125 at saka yung 175 mm. And then I'll click OK. Then makikita ko na modified na yung shape ng aking gusset plate. And in addition, pwede ko ring i-trim kung gusto kong lagyan ng fillet radius yung aking connection. Okay, say rounding corners, then I'll put siguro mga 75 na rounding corners at corners 1 and 2. And then I'll click OK. Then there you go. Ito na yung pinaka-tongue and gusset plate ko for my connection. Siguro, para mas matapos pa natin to, I'll modify yung kanyang weld size to 0 para siya na yung mag-isip ng weld size for me. So ito yun, no, yung weld size dito sa atin pong notch member at tongue. And then I'll adjust siguro yung kanyang type of bolt to 7/8. Then produce a 3 rows na may spacing na 3 inches between them. And i-adjust ko yung position niya pa itaas by another 3 sets of 3 inches as well. So 3 sets of 3 inches. Ayan. Okay. So with that, ito na yung pinaka-connection ko no, perform in Idea Statica. And prior to this, before kong i-run yung kanyang calculation, I'll proceed with the analysis tab and then I'll make sure dito na yung concrete breakout resistance ko ay ibo-both ko siya, no? Para makita ko yung resulta ng mga concrete pry out ko, yung mga concrete prone breakout dito kay Idea Statica connection. So I'll click Save as Default and then I'll run my analysis. So dito, kung halimbawa na mag-fail yung ating pong anchors dito, it doesn't mean na totally failed talaga siya. Kasi if we can see here, dito sa ating pong foundation block, wala pa talaga siyang reinforcements. Okay? So wala pa yung pinaka-reinforcement niya. So, yun. Ayun. Okay? So nagpe-fail yung anchors natin dito dahil mataas yung UR niya by almost 300%. So ngayon, kung titignan natin yung resulta ng ating pong anchors kay Idea Statica, so most likely, and kinignan ko yung kanyang calculation dito, okay? Mapapansin natin na sa anchor tensile, okay naman siya. Sa shear resistance, bahagyang hindi or bagsak siya sa shear. At the same time, dito sa concrete shear breakout, okay, nagfe-fail yung ating pong anchors, no? So that's why, in this case, hindi na natin ito hahayaan na i-adjust or ipapasa siya actually dito sa ating pong Idea Statica connection kung pwede naman natin ma-account talaga yung effect ng ating pong reinforcement sa loob. Okay? So yun yung titignan natin ngayon pagdating kay Idea Statica detail. Okay? So with that, after I run this connection, anyari? Ayun. So, after I run this, siguro save ko lang muna siya. And then, tsaka ko i-click dito yung tinatawag na RC checks, okay? Para ma-export ko yung akin pong existing base plate model na may concrete foundation block papunta kay Idea Statica Detail. Okay, so in this case, I'll click RC check. Okay, and then tsaka ko siya isa-save dito as siguro ano na lang, no? Foundation block na lang yung aking ipapangalan. Okay, so foundation block and then I'll click save. Okay, and then tsaka ko siya ngayon i-open or tsaka na siya ngayon mag-open rather kay Idea Statica Detail. Okay, so ito na po siya no, padating sa another software ni Idea Statica which is yung tinatawag natin na Idea Statica Detail. Okay? So in this case, okay, try muna nating i-adjust no, yung mga parameters natin para sa ating pong detail application. Okay? So halimbawa, sa ginawa ko kasi doon kay Idea Statica Connection, so medyo hinabaan ko na yung depth ng akin pong columns. At the same time, nilakihan ko na rin yung length and width niya para pag naglagay ako ng mga negative volumes is, kumbaga parang i-extrude ko siya no, para matabas yung akin pong foundation block according sa shape na gusto ko. Okay? So halimbawa dito po sa CB or sa member, sa detail, siguro adjust ko muna yung aking overall concrete cover to 75. Okay? And then I'll proceed with CB. So dito sa CB, ito na yung kabuang dimension ko ng foundation block. So I can see my height, yung kanyang material. Okay, so ngayon kung halimbawa sinabi ni Idea Statica Detail na nag-fail siya sa concrete, then hindi mo siya kailangan balikan doon sa Idea Statica Connection dahil pwede mong palitan yung compressive strength ng concrete natin dito. Okay? Ngayon, padating naman sa supply, meron tayo ditong mga spring supports, okay? Which is, ito yung default value niya, pero pwede ko tong i-edit, okay? By having my spring or subgrade modulus value ko dito, okay? According po sa resulta ng geotechnical report, okay? So for now, try muna natin maglagay no, ng ating another negative volumes. Okay? So lagay tayo ng negative volume kay Idea Statica para matabas natin yung kabuang size ng foundation block natin. Okay? So starting with the NB1, okay? So yung width niya, 2 meters pa rin, pero I'll adjust the depth to say mga 1.35 and then yung height na 0.6. So since siya ay isang foundation block, ang gagawin ko dito, okay, ipapasok ko tong negative volume na to sa loob by having my Z position na naka-negative 0.6. Okay? Negative 0.6. Oops, sobra. Negative 0.6. Okay? Kaya lang mali yung edge na pinili ko, I think. Dapat to nasa surface 4. Dito ko siya gagawin sa side na to, sa surface 4. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then iaangat ko siya sa edge 3. Ayun. Okay. Then after nyan, gagawin ko naman yung end, yung kabilang negative volume. So ikakopy ko na lang to. And then saka ko lang papalitan yung kanya pong face. So ilalagay ko siya dun sa kabilang side. So which is on surface 2. Magagawin ko lang tong surface 2. But ayaw, surface 2. Ayun, so surface 2 and then edge 3. Okay, and then next will be, copy ko siya ulit and then gagawin ko naman yung sa side na to. So I will modify yung akin pong dimension. So ito po ay siguro height around 0.4 lang. Okay, and then ilalagay ko siya sa surface 2. Okay, surface 1 pala. So ito yung medyo nakakalito kay IS, yung nakakalito minsan yung pagbasa ng surface. Kaya titignan po ninyo, kapag naka-bracket po kay IS, surface po yon. Tapos kapag walang bracket, edge yung tinitignan natin. Okay, so ilalagay ko siya sa surface 1, tapos located on edge 3. Ayan. And then I'll copy NV3 para magka-NV4, tapos papalitan ko lang yung surface niya ng surface 3. Okay? Then after po niyan, okay, based from this negative volume, magdadagdag ako ng operation, which is yung cut operation. And then, I'll make sure na ika-cut nung unang operation ko using NV1 yung block ko. And then, I will copy this cut 1 ng tatlong ulit pa, and then saka ko i-modify yung mga ng negative volume 2, negative volume 3, at saka yung negative volume 4. So actually, itong negative volume, isa po to sa mga new features po ni Idea Statica version 25. Ayun, hello, hello. Naririnig po ba ako? Anyone who can confirm? Ayun, okay. Kasi somehow I just got disconnected from the internet. So thank you so much po. No? Okay, so now dito na tayo no, sa pag-model ng ating pong pinaka-reinforcements. Okay, so as you can see, tabas na yung ating pong pinaka-foundation block. So meron na tayo ditong pinaka-column at saka yung ating pong pinaka-footing po natin. Okay? So now let's proceed by creating our group of bars. Okay? By clicking yung rebar assembly dito po sa itaas. Okay, and then gagawa tayo ng mga bottom bars muna natin siguro dito sa ating pong sa ating what do you call this, sa ating footing, no? So I'll define the diameter of my rebar, say mga 20 mm, and then the material grade I'll use FY414 or grade 60. And then ilalagay ko siya sa surface edge na magde-define ako ng maraming edge. Okay? And then I'll define the cover to 75. And then siguro yung number of rebars ko, siguro kahit mga 8 piraso nung rebar. Tapos yung kanyang distance between the rebars is around siguro kahit mga 250. Or hindi. Siguro kahit mga 260 kasi unsymmetrical. So tataas ko lang ng mga 10 mm. Ayun. So 260. And then i-adjust ko yung kanyang surface, no? So yung surface niya tama naman na nandun sa 1, pero yung edge niya, okay, gagawin ko siyang mga edge 2, 1 at saka 2, 4. So ito yung edge na paglalagyan ko. Okay, 2, 1 and 4. Okay, so kaya lalagyan ko dito sa edges is 2, 1 and 4. Okay, tapos i-check ko yung first edge at saka yung last edge para makontrol ko yung haba ng aking pong rebar, okay, parallel to my vertical surface. So say mga around 250, okay, sa first and sa last edge. So something like this. Okay? Then for my cover type or edge cover type, I'll use user value ulit and then iaangat ko lang to ng 75. Yun. Okay, so you can see, ito na ngayon yung pinaka-rebar ko sa ilalim. But that is incomplete pa, no? So I have to do the same thing para dito sa other direction yan. Okay, so in that case, I'll copy yung akin pong existing group of bars. Okay, so GB3D2. Okay, and then I'll modify yung kanyang edges lang. So yung ko dito, yung surface, I'll use surface number 4. And ayun na, meron na akong set of rebars. Okay, dito po sa kabilang side. Okay? And then next po, I'll create yung ating pong mga reinforcement para dito sa ating pong pinaka-column. So, I'll copy the existing group of bars, tapos saka ko siya ulit papalitan. Okay? So, ganun pa rin yung diameter and yung grade, pero I'll choose the anchorage type at the beginning na straight anchor siya, pero yung sa end, gagawin ko siyang naka 90-degree hooks. Tapos, hindi ko na siya ilalagay sa maraming edges, but rather on one surface edge na lang. Okay? And then, ano yung surface edge na yun? So, ilalagay ko ko siya, okay, related para mas madali sa CB1 and ang surface na gagamitin ko is surface 1. Okay? Yes, sa surface 1, ito. Tapos yung edge ko, I'll make it edge 4. Okay, so ito yung aking pinaka-rebar, kaya lang mali yung mga placements ko. So I have to modify yung kanyang position edge. Okay? I'll modify the position edge to -100. Okay, kaya lang mali pa rin yung placement ng edge natin. Okay, siguro I'll adjust yung kanyang pinaka surface cover. Siguro I'll make this 500. Tapos yung number of bars ko 4. Then spacing siguro mga 325. On surface edge. Okay, tapos yung distance ko, number of bars ko, number of layers, 4. Tapos yung distance ko, 325. Tapos ito gawin ko lang isa. Ayan. Kaya lang doon siya nalalagay sa ilalim. Parang baliktad ako. Surface ko is 1, then edge number 4. And then yung akin pong position value dito is 750. Ayun, okay. So, nung ginawa ko siyang 750, so nakita ko na yung pinaka-rebar ko dito. Ayan. Yung vertical rebar ko doon sa aking column. And then next, para madali kong ma-model yung sa kabilang side, edi kakopy ko na lang tong existing ko na group of bars. Okay, tapos papalitan ko lang yung kanyang existing edge. So, gagawin ko lang siyang edge number 3. Tapos yun, malilipat na siya dito sa itaas. So, kung tingnan ko siya sa top view, ito na yung mga bakal ko. Ito. Itong side na to at saka tong side na to. Tapos maglalagay din ako ng another rebar pagdating dito sa part na to at saka po dito. Okay? So with that, copy ko na lang yung existing ko na or yung last ko na group of bars and then saka ko ngayon i-modify yung kanyang distance. Say mga surface cover or siguro edge muna kasi nakakalito po. Nakakalito na siya. Number of layers is 1 kasi isang bakal lang yung ilalagay ko dito. And then, yung ating pong surface is I'll use surface 4. Okay, kaya lang nandito yung bakal ko. So, kailangan ko siyang ma-reposition banda rito. So, siguro surface cover, I'll use 1,000. Bawasan ko ng konti, mga 990 siguro. Ayun, so nasa bandang gitna na siya. And then, I'll modify yung user cover value ko dito to 500. Ayan. Tapos, ikakopy ko ngayon itong rebar na to. Okay? Then, ipapalitan ko lang ulit yung kanyang pinaka edge to 2. Okay? So, I'll use surface 2. Then, ito na ngayon yung pinaka bakal ko. Okay? So may top, yung akin pong mga main rebars, technically, nagawa ko na. So now, I will provide my stirrups, okay, para dito sa, or aking stirrups, so yung aking mga lateral ties sa akin pong foundation block. Okay? So with that, hindi naman clashing din, no? As you can see, makikita na rin natin dito if your anchors is technically clashing with your reinforcement sa ilalim, no? As you can see, the model is not clashing naman. Okay, and then from here, I'll create another one, group of bars. Okay, so I'll define my diameter dito. So since ito ay lateral ties, babaan ko yung kanyang diameter to 10. And then yung aking material to grade 40. Okay, so I'll use grade 40 and then i-close ko yung anchorage niya at the beginning and end. Okay, and then I'll use surface on one or more edges. Tapos siguro yung number of layers ko, kahit mga 7 layers. Tapos I'll change the cover to 95. Then distance niya siguro mga 200 between them. Tapos uncheck ko yung CB1 para mapasok ko siya doon sa loob ng aking mga, or ma-enclose siya doon sa aking mga main rebars. And then I'll make the surface 6. Okay, and then I'll adjust yung mga edges niya to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And then, i-uncheck ko yung mga first edges kasi hindi ko yan kailangan. Okay, and then yung pinaka-cover ko, I'll make it, okay, I'll adjust this siguro mga 135, 90, 135, and then 90. Ayun. So, makikita ko dito, no, yung aking stirrups or yung aking lateral ties, sorry, yung lateral ties ko as shown. Then if I want to add another one, okay, and closing yung yung apat na bakal sa itaas, papalitan ko lang yung kanyang surface edge cover to say 85. Okay, kasi kailangan hindi sila magka-clash between them. And then I'll adjust yung mismong covers nila dito. So ito, tataasan ko lang ng bahagyan. So by the way, yung mga values dito ng distances, pre-calculated ko na po siya. No? So kaya dire-diretso yung pag-model ko. Lateral ties on this side. And then I will add another one pagdating po dito. Okay? So in that case, copy ko ulit si number 8. Okay, group of bars number 8. And then saka ko i-modify yung aking value. So dito, hindi na ako mag-surface. Mag-edge na lang ako. Tapos, surface cover ko, I'll use 75. Then number of layers is 7. Then distance is 200 pa rin. Then that is related to surface number 6 and edge number 2. Okay? Then papalitan ko yung kanilang extension to around -415. Ayan. And then my user value ng akin pong cover is siguro around 1,000. Ayun. Then there you go. Ito na ngayon yung akin pong pinaka-rebars. So ngayon, kung titignan ko siya sa aking left view, okay, ito ngayon yung akin pong mga lateral ties. Okay? And then from here, pwede ko na ngayon i-run yung pinaka-CBFEM niya. Kaya lang, it takes time po pagdating sa case na to. So kaya po, normally, pwede natin siyang i-run no, as a whole. So kaya lang, kung consider ko yung mga load combinations ko dito, so medyo matagal. So sige, try ko siyang i-run. For example, yung 106 lang yung aking i-run. And then, siguro try kong palitan sa settings, yung kanyang mesh settings. So masyado kasing maliit yung mesh size niya. So I'll use a coarse mesh muna for discussion purposes. Then I'll set this to 5 and then click save para lang ma-hasten up yung process ng analysis. And then I'll click calculate. Then dito, makikita natin yung kanyang ultimate or sabihin natin na yung strength check po niya when it comes to the concrete. Makikita natin yung UR ng concrete, nung mga reinforcements natin, at saka po nung pinaka-anchorage po natin. Yeah, so this will not take time no, when it comes sa running natin kay IdeaStatica since I increased the mesh size to up to 5 as recommended by the software. Pero hindi ko siya nire-recommend na itaas nyo po lagi no, up to 5. So for demonstration purposes lang. Pero kung gusto niyo talaga ng accurate talaga yung value, then you have to you don't need to actually modify na yung mesh size niya na nakaset po to 1. So kumbaga naka-finer mesh po yung atin pong result or yung ginamit po for the result ng atin pong analysis. And take note, in-uncheck ko din yung ibang load combinations natin. So I only considered yung isang load effect. And as you can see, pagdating dito sa atin pong strength, so we can see the utilization ratios no, ng ating pong concrete reinforcement at saka po ng anchorage natin. So masyadong dikit, no? Masyadong dikit yung ating concrete, yung rebar at saka yung anchorage. Pero when we go here sa ating pong check tab, okay, so makikita natin dito sa check tab, of course, yung stress flow natin. Kasi nga, syempre tayo ay naka-CSFM. And also yung mga resulta ng ating pong utilization ratio dito. Okay? So you may hover your mouse here, okay? Or tignan yung iba pang mga code check results natin dito kay IS. So say for the strength result, so makikita natin no, yung ratio ng atin pong FC equivalent over yung FC prime. Okay? Or pwede rin nating tingnan yung ating equivalent principal stresses value. Okay? And then the strain, compressive concrete strain po natin. Same with our compressive plastic strain for the concrete. And then yung ating triaxial stress factors. So, ayun. So, makikita naman natin siya dito in a form of a contour diagram po. No? Okay, then aside from that, we can also generate the reports, okay, as a whole bunch of report. So, of course, I need to modify the extent of my reports here. So, chinek ko na po lahat para po detailed yung ating report. And then from the report view, I'll click generate. Then my type of report definitely will be a detailed report. Then I'll click generate. Then in a span of few seconds, we can see how did Idea Statica presented the reports for this particular model. Okay, and as you can see here, ito na yung ating summary results. So we have here your design material parameters and then the geometry. And then yung atin pong overview ng ating pong table, anchorage, mga load effects na kinonsider sa ating analysis. Then yung overall summary po niya when it comes to the utilization ratio, of course. Okay, then yung ating stress flow, strength of our concrete and reinforcement. So as you can see, everything is okay. And then the contour diagram ng ating pong strain ratio and yung atin pong mga stresses. Okay? And then some notations here is given below. Okay, pagdating po sa explanation, ayun, yung mga symbols and explanation natin, then code settings, kung ano yung ginamit ng ating pong software based po sa ating pong code. Then yung ating pinaka theoretical background between 3D CSFM and ayun. Okay? So basically, yung mga in-explain ko sa inyo kanina, dito lang din siya galing. Okay? And that's it po no for the complete workflow no padating po kay Idea Statica detail. Okay? So now, before I proceed any further, siguro tips, proceed lang ako quickly no, sa tips and tricks natin. No? So I think maybe some of the questions na meron dito sa group chat, maaring masagot na dito sa susunod ko pong ipe-present po sa inyo. Okay? So concepts or ano ba yung mga concepts natin na kakailanganin for correct modeling in Idea Statica. Okay? So now, the first thing na kailangan natin gawin for the connection settings, kailangan i-define nyo po properly yung atin pong type nung atin pong anchor or yung bolt assembly niya. Okay, kung siya ba ay A325 or other bolt assembly together with the diameter or size of the anchors na gagamitin natin. And kung anong anchor type siya, kung siya ba ay straight anchors or anchors with washer plate or mga hook anchors po, no? Or anchor with hooks. And then yung shear force transfer niya, whether siya po ay via anchors, ibig sabihin po nun, pag sinabi natin na ang shear force transfer is via anchor, ibig sabihin, ang involved po doon sa transfer mo ng shear force is your foundation block and the anchor. Then kapag sinabi natin na friction, ang main involved dito is your base plate and your foundation block. And then kapag naglagay tayo ng shear force transfer, involved of course yung ating additional member that serve as our shear key or shear lugs and the foundation block. Okay? Then palating sa atin pong type of anchors. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na type of anchors according to installation to our structure. So meron tayong tinatawag na mga cast in place or pre-installed anchors. Okay, so ito po yung ating straight anchor, hook, and yung ating pong headed anchor bolt or yung mga Okay, then meron din naman pong tinatawag na post-installed anchors. So meron tayong tinatawag na adhesive and mechanical anchors. So ngayon, padating po sa idea statica detail, okay, take note po na only yung adhesive anchor lang po yung na-assess niya. Okay, for both connection and for both detail application. So ngayon, padating po sa adhesive anchor, yung technical specification ng anchor ninyo based sa manufacturer ninyo yung gagamitin. So halimbawa, balikan natin yung idea statica detail natin. So padating sa anchors, so normally, for example, for this AN1 or my first anchor, makikita ko dito that the type of anchor ko is only set or set to adhesive anchor. So kapag siya po ay naka-adhesive anchor, so ngayon yung kanya pong bond strength, okay, should be coming from your manufacturer. Okay, kasi sa ibang software, for example, Hilti, di ba, naka-automate na kasi yun. So, dito po kay IS, ikaw yung magsiset nito. Pero, ang recommendation po namin is, dapat, ano po siya, naka-base po sa dito, sa technical specification ng manufacturer po. Okay? Then, going back with the presentation, okay? Ayun, so actually, doon naman po sa, sa website ni Idea Statica, meron po doong very short article regarding sa bond strength ng ating pong post-installed anchor, particularly yung adhesive anchors po. No? Okay, when it comes sa kanyang bond strength. Kung ano yung parang guideline, kung paano nyo siya babasahin sa mga technical guidelines po ng manufacturer nila. Okay? Then loads and its transmitting device. Yung anchor po natin na loaded directly is always transferring the load directly through the anchor or papunta sa concrete natin. Whether siya ay for tension, compression, or shear. And then pagdating naman po sa base plate, so pwede natin i-select which anchor are used to transfer the loads. Then, ayun, then padating naman po sa details. So, yun nga, you can select which anchor are used to transfer the load. So, pwede nating iset for each load cases dito yung transmitting device natin on a certain point load, whether siya ay via base plate or through our anchors. Okay? So, yun lang po, no? So, sa aking side. So, basically, yung mga questions po ninyo, so probably, tingin ako dito ng mga certain questions. What's the difference between the conventional base plate? Teka lang. Ito ba yung last question? Okay. So, sige. Nagba-backread lang ako dito na sa meeting kasi natabunan na pala yung mga questions. I thought nag-answer yung may mga ilan dito na nasagot naman ng technical team namin. Let's say I have 30 by 10 concrete pad and base plate are placed in every 5 meters. Should I place a typical size of concrete or take consideration the whole concrete pad? Depende, sir. Meron kasing case na hindi naman natin siya kailangang i-consider as a whole. Pero yung mangyayari nun sa pinaka detail natin, okay, so halimbawa dito sa rebar, papalitan nyo po siya ng bar continuous outside, parang ganito. So kumbaga, hindi siya technically, for example, if you have another set of concrete element connected on, nakakonect pa, then pwede mong iset na yung rebar na yun is continuous pa on that certain concrete member. So pwede nyo siyang palitan dito po, na naka-continuous rebar. Okay, another thing, this one recognition exists for desktop for our columns. Putting itself is different, right? Yes po. So ngayon, if you want to consider your pedestal or your column or yung mga footing natin as one, analyze here in Idea Statica. So pwede naman po. Or pwede nyo nga po siyang separate na i-model. Pero make sure nyo po that the anchorage must be continuous kung connecta pa po siya up to the next concrete element po natin. So that is for the question of Sir Geniel. Sorry, am I pronouncing it correctly? Recordings. Hindi ko sure kung yung recordings po ba niya is kasama. Or I mean, is this actually provided? So someone from our team who can answer this. Pwede po mo mag-model ng single plate na cast in concrete na mag-act as washer for all anchor bolt. Yes, this is possible now with IS. Can we model a composite tubular is this for IS connection? If in IS connection, it's not possible yung mga composite model po natin. Is it also possible to check a concrete slab with through and through a bolt setup? For this case, as long as properly modeled yung pinaka-concrete element ninyo, you can analyze it as a whole, what do you call this? Na kumbaga parang madi-detail ba natin or makukuha ba natin yung result nun using IS detail. Kaya lang kasi normally yung pinaka-support niya, okay, yung pinaka-magsisilbing support mo for the slab should be defined correctly dito sa ating pong supports. Kaya lang this is in a form of a stiffness of the spring. So siguro pwede siya with IS connection pero for the behavior ng connection itself. Pero kung yung mismong concrete talaga yung ating i-define, so dapat these supports must be defined correctly. So I think it's not possible when it comes sa concrete slab. Yan. Paano po ma-model if ever single plate washer na cast in concrete? Normally, pinapalitan lang natin siya dito sa connection, application. So, when you go to the design tab, you can manage to change the anchor type, whether siya ay washer, anchors, or hooks, or merely just a straight anchors. Ayun. So siguro some of the questions here, so sobrang dami. So hindi ko nakikita lahat yung ibang questions. Okay, so probably we will just collect some of the questions or all of the questions here and then tend to answer it in the email na lang po because we're running out of time pagdating dito. So siguro sa mga tech po, please help me to collect some of the questions na hindi ko nakikita dito sa ating pong meeting chat. And then for that, we will answer po through email na lang po instead. So one by one po namin itong i-collect po. Okay? So with that, siguro I will cede the floor to our sales. sales person in Idea Statica. So, Sir Pao. So again, on behalf of X-Structure, so hopefully for this very short webinar, meron po tayong nakuha or na-grasp na mga knowledge no on how to use Idea Statica software po. No? Okay, so thank you po, and again, Sir Pao, you may now take the floor po.
Hello, good afternoon everyone for all the participants po ng ating webinar. Thank you so much din Sir Engineer Jared Makatay para dun sa pagbibigay sa amin ng background, especially for Idea Statica detail, wherein kung familiar po tayong lahat, madalas po na ipinapakita po ni Engineer Makataig is yung engineer connections. I mean yung Idea Statica connections or yung for steel connections lang. Now, having the Idea Statica detail on our webinar, I hope marami pong sa atin ang mas nakadagdag ba ng kanilang knowledge about it. Now, a brief background lang din po. So, who is X-Structures ba? So, as you can see here, this is our company's mission and vision. First of all, baka po naman sa atin ay marami na nakakaalam at the same time kung ano po yung mga ino-offer mismo ni X-Structures. So for our vision is to provide training programs that enable professionals to acquire core competences in their chosen technical and professional fields. To find innovative ways of addressing skills development issues by employing computer-aided tools for learning, which is isa po doon, yung pinakita ngayon ni Sir Jared, yung Idea Statica and STAAD. Then, to provide structural engineering services that contribute to the success of our clients, employees, and community. Now, for our mission, we have here three cast of our missions: to be a locally and internationally recognized design and training company, to be the most preferred design consultant and training partner by our customers in the domains we operate. And lastly, to contribute significantly to Philippines' mission of skilling professionals through our offered CPD programs and training. Kung familiar po kayo kapag nag-visit kayo sa Facebook page po namin, is meron po kami mga ino-offer doon na training with CPT points po. So, sobrang halaga niya po, especially if you need to collect more CPT points sa pag-renew po ng inyong licenses. Now, kailan po ba na-found yung X-Structures? X-Structures we found since 2018 po ng aming director, which is Engineer John Paul De La Rosa. So now, here, as you can see here po, ito po yung background mismo ng aming website for X-Structures along with Idea Statica Authorized Reseller. Now, kapag meron po kasing mga clients mismo na nagtatanong about Idea Statica, sa amin po kayo i-direct na Idea Statica. One reason po nito is kami po yung sole distributor of Idea Statica in the Philippines and we are the authorized reseller. We have a authorized reseller certificate po given mismo ng Idea Statica. Yung amin pong holder na channel director po namin ng APAC or yung Asia Pacific, sila po yung nagmo-monitor nito. Next, napakita naman po kanina ni Sir Jared kung paano po i-maximize yung still analysis from Idea Statica and then to concrete checking. And ngayon po, meron po kaming pricing, inflation price, just in case po na any one of us po is interested in having Idea Statica po sa inyong, kumbaga sa inyong ang inventory na kung saan mas kailangan nyo po ng software na magagamit, especially for complex steel connections, is andito po sa amin. Ayun nga po, gusto namin ipaalala na there is an increase of prices po on July 1, affected po ng inflation. For now, we are offering some promos din po until June 27. We are offering discounted promos for Idea Statica, not only on steel, but also for detail or concrete. At the same time, sa Idea Statica po kasi is meron siyang branches, which is Idea Statica Steel Idea Statica Complete, which is for detail, then Idea Statica Complete. This complete version of Idea Statica is the Idea Statica Steel plus Concrete. And kung gusto po natin ng wide usage, kumbaga maraming users po yung gusto nating ilagay, at the same time meron po tayo mga user na gagamit from other country, is we can offer you the Idea Statica Enterprise. This enterprise license is good for everyone po. Kasi marami pong users yung pwede nyo i-register. At the same time, hindi po kayo magkakaroon ng problema about the license clashing. At the same time, is yung kanya pong cross-country usage. Paalala lang po, by July 1 is magkakaroon po tayo ng changes in terms of pricing na Idea Statica. Now, kung may magtatanong po, saan nyo po ba pwedeng makikita pa or may malaman yung background ni Idea Statica? Usually, ito po yun. Makikita nyo sa ating screen. Yung latest version ng Idea Statica ngayon, which is 25.0, and enjoy faster workflows with version 25. Makikita nyo po yun sa kanilang website, wherein, ito po naka-from sa ating screen yung kanilang website, yung www.ideastatica.com. And if you need other help po from their website, especially kadalasan po ng nakikita natin dito sa kanilang website is yung kanilang 14-day trial license. Yung 14-day trial license po ni Idea Statica ay sila po mismo nag-aayos sa system nito. Then ipinapasa po sa amin as the authorized reseller of the software. Then after that, if we are interested nga din po, nasabi ko, for the software, the same time is we can show you here a request for quotation. If gusto nyo pong itagdag sa company nyo to, or let's say for personalist naman po, if you are a freelancer, especially on design industry. Meron po tayo dun sa website po namin. Kindly visit our website, xstructures.net/software-solutions/Idea Statica. And then may kita nyo po to sa bottom part of our website, yung request for a quotation. I-click lang po natin kung ano po yung gusto nating i-request na quotation dito or request po na gawa ng quotation. Idea Statica Steel, yung nabanggit ko po for connections lang. Idea Statica Complete po for the Steel plus Concrete. And then the license type here is Perpetual, wherein sa Perpetual naman po natin, ito po yung lifetime access nyo po sa mismong software. And then 1-year subscription po, ito po yung annually lang kumbaga. And then yung quantity, andito na po yung other informations natin regarding the software. Now, for further questions po about Idea Statica, you can contact me, Emilio Paulo de la Cruz Amponin, sales engineer and the one who's handling Idea Statica. Here's my phone number and telephone number po. At the same time, you can send me an email on my email address, ideastatica@xstructures.net or sales@xstructures.net. Anyway, maraming salamat po sa lahat na nag-attend sa ating webinar. I hope you learned more about Idea Statica. At the same time, nakuha po namin yung interest ninyo sa pagkaroon ng or like pagkakaroon po ng Idea Statica software. For any questions po, if you have questions po, magbabas lang tayo na mabilis sa chat natin, especially for in terms of sales topic naman po. Can I ask why CPD points first? Usually po, dun sa sinasabi po natin sa CPD points, is ang nag-generate po kasi ng CPD points po natin is yung mismong PRC po. Sa mismong PRC po nang gagaling. Or like, sila po yung nagdadirect ng CPD points po natin. Now, may student version or free po ba sila? This would help sana po for us who are interested to buy the product ng expert software on your own. Okay. For that po, yung student version po natin or for academe is exclusive po siya for students lamang. Kapag po gusto natin matutunan yung software, example na lang is this one is for personal or like gusto natin talaga magkaroon ng background. Personally po, ang binabanggit po namin dito is having the 14 days trial mismo ni Idea Statica is you avail or you enroll on our training po about Idea Statica software. One perk po kasi ng pag-enroll nyo po dito sa aming training dito sa Xstructures is meron po kayong access mismo sa instructor which is si Engineer Macaraeg. Meron po kayong chance magtanong sa kanya ng mga questions directly. At the same time, meron po kaming i-distribute na video wherein yun po yung video ng training nyo mismo for the Idea Statica software. Also, yung 14 days trial license po natin is may include naman po siya as long as hindi po siya nagkakaroon ng any issues from Idea Statica. Usually po kasi there's a license clashing even po ginagamit na license. At the same time, usually din po nakikita po na Idea Statica that this trial license is being used for your projects, especially for the company, for those company po talaga na ina-abuse yung ating trial license. And lastly, for that matter na lang po, no, kung meron po tayong karagdagan na question or anything, magkakaroon din po tayo ng raffle. Magkakaroon po tayo ng raffle actually sa lahat po ng nag-attend ng ating webinar right now. And I hope po nag-attendance kayo kasi po yung ating raffle is kukunin po yun bali sa attendance. Okay? Ipoprompt po namin again yung attendance. So you will have at least 5 minutes po para i-complete yung attendance kung hindi pa po kayo nagkakaroon ng attendance. Meron po tayong, ulitin ko po, mag-will of names po tayo for the raffle. At least sign the attendance lang po na ipoprompt natin sa meeting chat. Maraming salamat po and have a great day everyone. Okay, hello again. Ayun po. As you can see here, andito na po yung ating wheel of names, naka-ready na. And lahat po na nag-attendance po dun sa sinabi namin na attendance for this webinar is meron pong chance na manalo ng X24 Scientific Calculator from X-Structures itself. Meron po tayong 2 lucky winners na kukunin para po sa mga participants po natin ngayon. Okay, start na po natin yung first winner. Para po makuha yung prize is mag-message lang po kayo sa aming Facebook page, X Structures Engineering Consultants. Si Sir Carlos Cinco, andito ka po ba Sir Carlos Cinco pa rin sa ating webinar? Can you please chat po sa ating meeting chat so that we can confirm that you're still here po? Bali po ganito kapag wala po si Sir Carlos Cinco is hindi niya po makiklaim bali yung kanyang price na X24 calculator. So magre-respin po tayo ng 2 beses pa para po malaman natin kung sino po yung ating winner. Okay, Sir Carlos Cinco, calling once, calling twice. Wala po ba, sir? Unfortunately, Sir Carlos Cinco, napili ka po sa ating wheel of names pero wala ka po ngayon to claim your prize. Okay, sir. Sir, mga ma'am, magpe-present po tayo again kung sino po yung pwedeng manalo ng ating X24 calculator. Sa pagme-message nyo po bali sa ating Facebook page po, make sure lang po na introduce yourself at the same time is may hingin lang po yung aming admin ng mga details para po mapadala sa inyo. Okay, ang ating lucky winner for our first calculator is si Miss Angeline Bagon. Ma'am Angel, nandito ka po ba sa ating webinar pa po? Hello po, Ma'am Angel Lynn Bagon. Ayun, present po si Ma'am Angel Lynn Bagon. Okay, Ma'am Angel, bali po to get your price for the X24 calculator, make sure po na mag-message lang po tayo sa aming Facebook page, X Structures Engineering Consultants, and then kindly tell them po na you are the winner of our X24 calculator during the Anchoring Design webinar. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Angel. Okay, for the last winner ng ating X24 calculator, eto na po. Si Sir Hemini Hildo Lotreso. Medyo mahirap po basahin yung inyong name. Sir, nandito pa po ba tayo sa meeting natin ngayon, sir? Pa-confirm naman po, sir, para po maklaim po natin yung ating X24 calculator. Hello po, Sir Lotreso. Okay, wait po natin mga around 5 seconds again. Kung nandito po ba si Sir Lautreso, no? Sir Lautreso, calling po. Calling once, calling twice. Okay, hindi po na-claim ni Sir Lautreso yung ating last piece of X24 calculator. For that matter, i-respin po natin to and meron pa po kayong chance manalo po ng ating X24 calculator. Now, ito na po yung ating respinning mismo. Sir Mohamed Pasawilan. Ating winner is si Sir Mohamed Pasawilan. Sir Mohamed, nandito ka pa po ba sa ating meeting? Chat ka lang po sa ating meeting chat para po maklaim ninyo ang inyong X24 calculator and kayo po yung i-declare namin na winner. Ganun po ulit ang rule natin kapag hindi po nag-chat si Sir Mohamed, it means po na wala na siya sa meeting and atin pong kailangan is andito po sila sa meeting to claim their prize na X24 calculator po. Calling once, Sir Mohamed. Okay, calling twice. Sayang ang calculator ni Sir Pasawilan. Ngayon, baka mayroon pa talagang lucky winner natin na nandito pa rin sa ating meeting. Now, check natin maigi ngayon kung sino pa ba or like we still have many attendees inside our webinar and respin na po natin. Hoping na ang makakuha nito is someone talaga na ginagagamitin yung Calcu or magagamit niya talaga yung Calcu. Si Sir Kent Daltan Repato, nandito ka po ba, Sir Kent? Malay po natin. Sir Kent, calling Sir Kent. Hello po, Sir Kent Repato. Sir Kent Repato, calling po. And then after that, if kapag wala, ayun, present si Sir Kent Repato. Okay, our last winner for our X24 calculator is si Sir Kent Repato. Para po sa ating mga winners ng ating raffle, ulitin ko lang po, visit our Facebook page, X Structures Engineering Consultants, and then kindly PM us or DM us on our FB page. Kindly tell them din po na you are the winners of X24 calculator for June 24, 2025 anchoring webinar design. Para po sa ating pagtatapos ng ating webinar, para po sa ating pagtatapos ng ating webinar, yung iba po nating questions po na nasasagot na po ngayon sa ating meeting chat. Kindly check na lang din po yung ating meeting chat. Kapag po may mga additional questions, is pwede naman po kayong lumapit na lang sa X Structures mismo. Kindly visit our Facebook page. At the same time, if tingin nyo po kulang or like mas gusto nyo pa pong matuto for Idea Statica, we encourage you po na mag-enroll ng aming training sa X Structures Engineering Consultants. And for that, yung atin pong ibang katanungan pa po na katulad ng related po sa mga sales staff is yung ibinigay ko po na aking contact number. Kanina, yung akin pong email address, you can send an email po. Now to officially close our webinar, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng umattend sa ating webinar. We truly appreciate your time and engagement. also these insightful questions you brought to our session. So we appreciate it po. For our next webinar po, malalaman nyo na lang kung kailan to. Just in case, we will post it on our Facebook page. Again, we are very grateful for you guys attending our webinar. May isang question po, may student version or free po ba sila? This would help. Ang sagot na to. Okay. Sorry, hindi ko nakita. Ayun. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng umattend ng ating webinar and I hope marami po kayong natutunan. See you again, everyone, sa susunod po nating webinar. And please, keep in touch lang po sa ating Facebook page dahil doon po tayo nag-a-update. Maraming salamat po, everyone, and soon we will be leaving or like we will be ending this meeting. If meron pa pong mga questions na pending, sasagutin lang po bali ng aming instructor. Then after that is you can go na po. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nag-attend. May God bless you always.